Yes, guys, welcome to Hip Mobility Week 1. So firstly, thank you for joining this Hip Mobility series. We've got a 4-part series, so each week we'll be taking ourselves through some hip mobility and advancing the exercises, also keeping some the same, but giving you a chance to really improve the movement quality of those exercises, guys. So a lot of you won't be that familiar with hip mobility or mobility in general. So I just want to take you through mobility and what it is. So mobility is exploring the full range of movement at a joint through its active range. So passive ranges, we've done a few stretch series, and when we stretch, we passively work into these movements. Mobility is all about active range, so it's been quite a challenging session today. We're going to take ourselves through these range of movements and through these exercises with some exertion, and you're going to feel like you are working fairly hard as well. If you've done any mobility before, you'll know exactly how it does feel. I really want you to work into it. So the more you give into these sessions, guys, the more you're going to get out of it. And that's what you really want to do. To try and really improve mobility at your hips, you have to work into these ranges with some intensity, and then you're going to receive some great benefit from it. So before we do start, why do we want mobility as well? So mobility is important because over time we will lose our range of movement at our joints. So like the shoulder is a ball and socket joint, so is our hip. And most of the time we spend ourselves just going sort of forward and backwards. So we go to hip flexion and hip extension, and we don't spend a lot of time going to external rotation and internal rotation. We don't spend a lot of time going outwards and inwards, guys. So today we will spend a lot of time doing those two movements, and that's something that's going to allow you to have a much more sort of mobile hip, more range of movement, and increased range of movement. Not only can improve performance and improve your strength results and muscle growth results, but also it can really reduce the impact of injury long term. So having limited range of movement at a joint like the hip can lead to long-term issues at the knee, and we really don't want that. So that's why we're going to spend some time working on our hips to increase movement quality, to reduce injury prevention, and actually improve overall performance. So if you join me for any sort of hip exercises before, we spent a lot of time in the 90-90 seated position, which is this, guys. And before we start today, let me just quickly explain how this is for you in week 1. So 90-90, your back knee can be fairly close to the heel, okay? If it's too far away, you're going to struggle to lift this off the ground. So you can be pretty close. I like to sit it maybe an inch or so away from my heel. When you're in this position, this front knee is going to be on the ground. This back knee starting is on the ground. This hip, this glute is going to be on the ground. And then this glute, there's a gap underneath it. So don't expect this hip to be on the ground, this glute. There's going to be a gap underneath this leg, guys. So we're going to start today with something called a 90-90 external rotation. So the idea on this exercise, guys, is to lift this leg off the ground, keeping this leg down as far as it can go until you become stuck in the hip. Okay, at that point, you're going to bring it back down. So as well today, if you're following this video later on online and you've got time to change, I say, if you're wearing very tight clothing like jeans, you're going to really restrict your movement before you even get to the hips capability. So make sure you've got some loose clothes. I always wear shorts and leggings. It gives me lots of range to work into it, guys. So feel free to get changed on that as well to have something that's been more accessible into the movements. So 90-90 external rotation, we're going to lift up as high as we can, and then we're going to stop, we're going to bring it back down. We're going to do 10 repetitions, guys, to warm up. Just following me through. Hand can be on the knee to push it into the ground. You're going to drive it up, you're going to stop, and you're going to come back down. So 10 of these, guys, we drive up, you stop, and we come back down. That's 2. So just going to get nice and warm into the hip. If you've done this before, it's a fairly introduction exercise, so it should feel fairly accessible to all. Let's go 4 more together. All about control, guys. So when you get to the top, stopping and then back down. Go again, let's go 2 more. We drive up and down 1 more time. Coming up, stopping, down, and follow with me, just rotate sides. Once again, hand here, we go 3, 2, 1, coming up, and down. As you work through today, guys, you find one hip a little bit more mobile than the other, completely normal, okay, to be expected. Often we do have one leg that we favour, one leg that we have better movement quality on. Ironically, I say ironically, interestingly, it's often our standing leg, which can be often the most stable and strongest leg that we have. And I'll go into more detail on that in a second. Let's go 3 more. So when I say standing leg, a lot of you will have a stronger leg and a weaker leg. You play any sports, the last rep. For example, you play football, and if you're right-footed, your standing leg is therefore your left leg. So what happens is when you spend a lot of time kicking, the leg that's standing, the left-hand side, becomes a lot stronger, becomes more stable, and that actually can increase more mobility. You might be favouring that leg to do a lot of exercises with, guys. Even if you don't play sports and you were just, when you're younger, kicking things around, even if you're one-sided, so you are still right-sided, you will still favour your left side to stand. So it is very normal to have one leg that maybe is more stable, more mobile, stronger. And if that is the case, just work individual sides. Do spend time working single-sided to really help bring the weaker leg up to the strength of the stronger leg, guys. All right, we're going to take ourselves into a progression. So I'm going to show you, you've got hands in front, 10 reps again. You're going to lift up, you're going to stop, you're going to come back down. So you're going to try and drive up, stop, come. This is the progressions. If it's too hard, stay with the original. You can also, if you want, take your hands behind, if that's more accessible to you guys as well, okay? Your options. 10 reps, clench your hands. When we clench the hands, we're going to create tension through the body into the core. We call it a radiation. So we want to try and create some tension through the body, guys. We're going to go 3, 2, 1, up we come. Keep that knee down and back down. Keep this leg down. Drive up, stop, and down. Let's go. And again. Good work, guys. 5 more. Three to go. Last 2, team. One more time. And recover, bring it across. Very well done. Nice work. Right. Just one side to go. 10 reps. You go 3, 2, 1. Up. Stopping. Down. Up. It's going to feel quite tight, guys, through here. Completely normal. It's your first time doing this. It's going to be challenging. It will get easier over time, or you'll get more able to lift it higher, which is key. 3 more, team. 3 to go. Let's go. 2 more. And 1 more time. Drive up. And resting. Very nice. All right, guys. We're going to put that all together into 90-90 hip rotations. So you can have the hands behind you. This does make it easier. I'm going to show you with the regression, then the progression. Hands behind. You come up. This leg's going to stay down. When this one becomes stuck, you lift this leg and you're going to rotate across. Same principle. You come up. When it gets stuck, lift the first leg and across. So hands in front. I'm just demonstrating. Lifting up, you get stuck, you lift up the leg and you rotate over, and then you repeat through, guys. It will come up and then you rotate over. The key is to really push this leg as far away externally as you can before you lift this leg up, guys. You're going to follow me. This is just one set through. We're doing 10 reps again. This is our general preparation. We're then going to take ourselves onto the main section. I have got plans for all these workouts, so please do send me emails after the session. Let me know your email addresses. I'll send you over all the documentation in terms of the weeks. This week 1, you'll get a plan for this week, guys, and it will take you through the exercises and the reps so you won't forget exactly what you're doing. So you're going to go 3, 2, hands out in front if you can. 1, drive up. I'm stuck, so I'm coming up and I'm across. Get to your range of movement, guys, wherever you get to. Nice. And again. There. Excellent, team. Drive up and across. 5. We've got 5 more, guys, halfway through. There. Good work. Let's keep going through. And again. Last couple. 1 more time. Up we come. Over. And recover. Nice, guys. Very good. Find yourself sliding across the floor on that one. Do not worry, that's also completely normal, it happens a lot. I have to work very hard to stay in the camera's view on that one. Alright, so we had a little general preparation. We're going to take ourselves into something called internal rotation, and this is a hover position, so it's like 90-90, but it's called a hover. So you're going to lift up, you're going to try and hold for 2 seconds, and then lower your heel down to the ground. Just watch me first, I'm going to demonstrate. Couple options, you can have your hand forward again, you can lean forward. If you lean forward, just try not to arch your back, try and keep yourself neutral in the spine, and just drive up for 1, 2, and touch down. Hand off the leg, and across, same thing, you can just come forward, 1, 2, and down. On all these exercises, just to reiterate, if you lean to the side slightly, especially this one, it's going to open up more space in the hips and it does make it a little bit easier. If you sit more in the centre of your mass, much more challenging. Okay, if you can do that, please do. But if you can't, then you regress to the side. So on this one, if you do sit more in the centre, as I say, okay, so you're sitting up nice and tall. And then from here, what I then want you to do is drive up. You won't get that high, but we're going to really work into the hip for 2 seconds and then lower. So I'm going to show you from side on, I'll show you in the second set from front on, guys. So 3, 2, 1, drive up, 1, 2, and down. Up we come, 1, 2, and down. Let's go, 1, 2, down. Good. And again, 2, keep going through. You might not get it too high, that's fine. Drive up, 1, 2, 5 more. 1, 2, down. Final 4, guys. Here you go. 1, 2, 3 more. Drive up. 1, 2. Last 2. Up we drive. 1 more time. And resting, guys. Very good. All right, we're going to change sides. I'm going to show you from front on. So I'm going to go into the other leg. So in this position, hand here, hand across. Lifting his back heel off the ground. You might not see it too well, you don't want to come too high. But 10 reps, 2-second holds, we go 3, 2, 1, drive up, 1, 2, and down. And again, 1, 2, down. Good. Drive up, touch down. Drive up. Give me 5 more. Coming up. And again, let's go. 3 more, guys, doing well. Let's go up. Last 2. Driving. 1 more time. And resting, guys, very good. Yes. All right, so we're going to take ourselves back to your first leg. We're going to do 1 more set. 1 more set of 10, guys. Okay, to progress this one, the only way you can really progress it is by sitting more centrally and not leaning quite as far forward on these ones, guys. Over time, hopefully we're to lift higher on that back heel. It's a challenging exercise, even if you don't lift your heel off the ground, but you feel you're working into the hip, absolutely fine. So that's completely to be expected. It's your first time. We're all training. There's a sort of neuromuscular element, so we need to program with the brain to the body what we're exactly doing. It's why when you first start doing exercise, it is very hard. So maybe a lunge or a squat, you don't know what you're doing. And therefore you have to really think about it. Over time, it becomes very automated and your movement quality becomes improved. Same with hip mobility, just lifting a heel. Some people be like, I don't know how to get the heel off the ground. And that's normal because you haven't done it. Your brain doesn't really know how to lift in that position. So do not worry, if you can't do it, there may be a couple of factors. Lacking your mobility, which is normal because you haven't done much mobility, and also lacking a neuromuscular pathways, which is completely normal because you also haven't been doing these movements. So these will both improve over time and you'll see a good improvement in the movement quality, guys, and the ability to get into certain positions. So get ready. We're going to go again in 3, 2, 1. Tentacle, drive up. 1, 2, and down. Let's go. 1, 2, down we come. And again. Good work, guys. Let's go. Drive up. 1, 2, 5 more. Drive up. 4 to go. Let's go. 3 more. Up we come. Come on, guys. Last 2. We're doing well. Drive up. 1 last one. And resting. Very good, guys. Last set of 10. Other leg. Doing very well here. We're going to go in 3. Let's go straight into it. 2. In upright position. 1. Up we come. 1, 2, and down. Slightly lean forward if you need to. Drive up. 1, and touchdown. Let's go. Good, guys. Drive up. Let's keep working through it. Drive up. 2, and then we're going to go 5 more together. Let's go. Up. 4 more. Drive. Last 3. Let's push. 2 more, guys. Doing so well. Let's go. 1 more time. And resting, guys. Whew. That's a little tough one. Team mobility. I've said this before in other classes that I've done. Always a tough workout. It's not that easy. It feels like, well, it looks like you're not doing too much. When you do the exercise, it is quite challenging. And often it does require some motivation to go and do a hip mobility workout or dedication. Mainly because it's not that easy. So to get into the workout, you know it's not going to be that easy, but the benefits are so rewarding that it makes you want to come back every time. So I find that hip mobility, I do a workout, half an hour like today, I'll walk out and I'll feel fantastic on my hips for the rest of the day, and the day after I feel better. And you do it every week, your hips feel better, you feel more mobile. It just is a lovely feeling, and that's the reason why I really want everyone to get involved with hip mobility, and I really want to spread the word as much as I can do. So if you are watching this, I say, as you will be because you're listening to me right now, but the main thing is if you know people that want to do hip mobility that would benefit from this, and just spread the word, let them know about these classes I'm doing. It's all free. Get them involved, and the more people we can get involved with hip mobility and shoulder mobility that's later to come, the better for them, and it's really going to help their movement quality and sort of enjoyment of life as well, which is great. So we're going to take ourselves into something called a 90-90 sweep, guys. So with this one, you start in a 90-90 position. I'm going to show you from front on. Hands can go behind. This is the first option. You're going to try and lift the hip up. So very similar to before. Ankles come off the floor, but knees going to come off the floor. 2, up. You're going to kick out. You're going to sweep it around. You're going to touch down. You're going to come back, and you're going to go back into position. If that's too easy, one arm across. Up, out, down, back, and resting. Try and get this as high as you can before you sweep around. If that's too easy, hands out in front, up, around, touch down, and back. To make it slightly harder, do not touch the floor as well. Up, around, don't touch, back around, and down. Much more challenging. So there's your progressions. I'm going to do the final progression so I get the benefit as well when I teach you guys. We're going to take ourselves through this one. It's going to be 8 repetitions on this, guys. So 8 repetitions to work through. Get yourself ready. We are going to do one time only on this one as well. Just one set through. Get yourself ready. I'm going to clench my hands to go 3, 2, 1. Drive up, around, back, and down. Going to feel quite a lot of work through here. Drive up. There. You might lean slightly like you see me doing, guys. That's okay. As long as you're working into this hip. Ready, let's go. Up. 4 more. 3 to go, guys. There. Yes, keep going. 2 more. Working well. It's a tough one. 1 more time. And resting, we'll change sides. So all these exercises, we see a little bit of a progression over time. They should flow together nicely. It's why we do a general prep, then we do a sort of main section. So when you follow this in your own time, try and follow in a sequence. Try and do some general prep first to get yourself warm, then take yourself into these more advanced exercises. We're going to do 1 more set. So this side, 8 reps, 3, 2, 1. Drive up, kick through, there, touch down. Good, guys. Let's keep working this. Doing well. Let's go. 4 more. Up. Around. 3 more. Keep working for it. There. 2 to go. Oh, 1 more time. Doing well, guys. Back. And recover. Yes. Back to your first leg. We're going to change the movement very slightly. We're going to do 5 repetitions only. Once again, hands can be behind. This time, you're going to lift up. But instead of kicking out, you're going to bring your foot through. Over, extend, bend the knee, back over, and around. The key is to keep your foot as close to the midline of the body. So when I say midline, this for me is probably my midline, around about here, okay? It's unlikely I'm going to get it to here, but I want to try and go as close as possible. It may be going almost over my foot, and that's fine, but I want to try and work as close as possible. So when I have my hands back, you watch me with the progressions and sort of regressions. This is a regression. As you bring it through, I can get myself quite close. But as I then go into the next progression, over, not quite as close, and then the advanced option, you can see I'm more over my foot, okay? So that shows me the levels I currently have as well. So it's somewhere to work with. I'm gonna go for the progression, 5 reps, follow me through guys. So hands out in front if you can. 3, 2, 1, drive up, bring it in first, over. You can touch if you want to, or keep it off the ground to make it harder, keeping this knee down. Drive up, let's go. Yes. Oh, nice, 3 more. I ain't doing 5 reps. 2 more. Yes, guys, 1 more time. Yeah, and change sides. Some people wonder why we don't do many reps on some hip mobility or mobility exercises. And let me just quickly explain. So, repetitions are often catered around your maximum level of performance. So the less reps you do relates more to strength, the more reps relates more to endurance. So we do lighter reps with, I say, more repetitions, lighter loads, more repetitions. We want to try and get more endurance in a muscle effectively. And if we want to get more strength, we would do heavier loads with less repetitions. Less reps because we can't achieve more reps with that. With mobility, we're working in our full range of movement. So we are working at a maximal level straight away. We don't need to do loads and loads of reps because we're not working with lighter loads. We're working in quite an intense movement, if that does make sense. So what we're doing right here and right now is for our full range of movement. So just by doing 2, 3, 4 reps, we can actually really maintain our level of ability and start to progress it by adding a few more sets in of different exercises. So this is why we don't do loads and loads of reps, guys. We'll do 5 reps in 3, 2, 1, off you go. It's all about the speed as well. Tempo is important. You don't want to rush any of these movements and really explore the full range at the joint. It's all about joint training, not just muscular training here. We're working through that joint, guys. Drive up and through. Keep going through. Yes. 2 more. I'm back there. 1 more time, guys. Up, over, back, and resting. Only 5 reps. Well done. We're going to take ourselves into 1 set. This is 10 reps. This is one of our favourite exercises, 90-90 play, okay? I'm just showing you for silence to start with, just where you position. So the position will be very similar. So this is the position you want to be in on this movement. And then from front on with the 90-90 play, we're going to go into your sweep. So you're going to lift it up again and you're going to bring it around. When you get to here, you're going to take this leg out and extend. This leg is going to bend and drop down. You're going to lift up and you're going to then sweep back into position, guys. So there's your 90-90 play. I'm going to do it slowly through. We're going to go 10 reps in total. You can have your hands behind. So the same principle, you'll just be going through into that movement, guys, okay? So get yourself ready and follow me through. Last main exercise, we've got some active stretching to work through, some ramp stretching. So we're going to go 3, 2, 1, lifting up, kick around, touch down, touch, bend, lean slightly, lift, sweep around. That is 1 rep, guys. Let's go. 10 of these. Let's do this. Doing well. You're feeling more mobile than when you started, guys, which is great. This is your 4th rep. Let's keep working every rep. High movement quality, all the range you can find. That's 5. You're going to go 5 more. Drive up and around. Let's go, team. Last 4. up. You're free to go. Yeah, so well. 2 more, guys. Let's do this. One final one. Doing so well. Last rep. Out, in, up, and then recover. Gonna finish here, guys. Very nice. It's excellent. Well done for today so far. We're going to find ourselves with one final exercise, and it's called a ramp stretch. We're going to do 2 rounds of this, and it's 20 seconds per stretch. The idea of this is to push tension into the floor. So you're going to create tension. So really we're working in a stretched position, but then we're going to try and strengthen when in that fully stretched state. So with a 90-90 stretch, we're going to do it in a second as well. I want you to think about being pulled forward with your chin. So imagine a bit of string pulling you forward over your front leg. So from the side, I don't want you just to collapse, you want to get pulled into this one, guys. So what you're going to do, as you get pulled forward, you're going to finish and feel a deep stretch. Then you're going to push for 20 seconds into the floor. So let's go do this together. So you're going to come forward from here, arm out. Okay, you've got a deep stretch. Now start pushing into the ground for 20 seconds. Imagine you're trying to create tension on a continuum. So it's going to go from 60% now to 70%. Start to increase the tension into the floor. Keep pushing down. Now go to 80% for the last 10 seconds. Yes, guys. For the last 5, go for 90%. 90. Let's go. Last 3, 2, 1, and bring it back up. So we'll do that again in a second. So 20-second stretch. You're into position. Arm goes out. You push into the ground with force, guys. So get yourself ready. Let's come forward again. Down we go. We're going to go 3, 2, start pushing 60% into the ground. Let's do this. Yes, guys. 70%. Push harder. You're over that stretch. 80%, guys. Let's go. Last 5 seconds. 90. Push in. 4, 3, 2, and 1. On these ones, guys, it's too hard to go forward. You can always go slightly to the side. When you go to the side, it opens up the space, allows you to get into those positions maybe slightly easier. Same thing through. Pull forward, get into that deep stretch, coming down, guys. When you find that stretch, arms going out. I want you to start pushing now into the floor. Let's do this together. Come on, drive it down. Push your shin, your knee, your ankle into the floor. 70% now. Let's go. Drive it down. We're going to work 10 seconds, guys. Let's drive it in. 80%. You've got to be there right now. We go to 90%. Increase the intensity. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1 little rest. It's hard to understand the whole ramp idea of trying to push hard every time. The idea of ramp really is because when we push into the ground over time, most people will relax with tension. So they start to push and they get tired, so they relax. By ramping it up, we continue to keep the intensity nice and high. And that's really the idea of a ramp stretch, as well as by not pushing really hard at the start, you're allowing yourself to ease into the stretch, so you increase the intensity over the time. There's 2 main reasons, guys. So we'll go 1 more step through, coming down with me. Get yourself ready. Gonna push in right now. Start pushing down. And let's do this. Push it down, guys. Yes, come on. Drive in. 80% now. Let's go 80 for 10 seconds. Come on, let's go, let's go. You're hitting 90 for the last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back up. Take your feet together. And you're going to find yourself in this butterfly stretch. It's going to open up through the hips, guys. Just open up through here. Very nice. Excellent, team. Just hold yourself here. So firstly, thank you for today. Thank you for joining. Well done as always. We're going to take ourselves through last couple of stretches just to really open up through the hips. Just hold yourself here. So you're just going to stretch into your adductor muscle. Adductor muscle. So inside, just going to hold it through. From here, guys, I just want you to take yourself into your 90-90. I want you to come forward over that front leg and just hold yourself in this position. So imagine getting pulled forward. Just do 30 seconds per leg, guys, on this one. As we finish off, I just want to say thank you for joining today. So if you haven't got a plan, if you haven't got the PDF document for this one, week 1, please do email me and I'll send it over to you ASAP. And so keep a check on the YouTube, say with me posting each week a new hip mobility workout, guys. Bring yourself slowly back up. Just going to change sides. And while I do that final stretch through, is coming forward, holding, and down. So each week, a little bit different. We have some progressions, we have some new exercises. All the exercises as well, I have demonstrations on my YouTube channel, so do jump on there. And if you want to revisit any of the exercises we've gone through, you can see them on my channel, guys, and get the full demonstrations. But thank you for joining. Bring yourselves slowly back out this one. Thank you as always. Have a great week, and I will see you next week for week 2 of hip mobility. You smashed it.